Welcome everyone officially to the class for today. It's good to have you here. I believe your day was fine. Mine too was fine. I slept. I slept to some extent. I rested a lot. I didn't do much of chatting today, even though the market was going up and down. Who cares? I don't care. It's just one of those days. I just free myself from all the noise in the market. So today was good. So welcome once more. Today we will be talking. We'll be doing a lot of stuff today. We'll be doing a lot of stuff today. Give me 1 minute, please. Let me join with my phone so that I can monitor the chats, the chat box with the phone. 1 second, please. So, boom. Okay. So I think, yep, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Yeah. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, Mr. Bright. Welcome, Mr. Wisdom. Welcome, Joe. Today's class, we are going to look at how we can download our trading view. That's the charts tool we'll be using. So we will not waste much time. We will go straight up. First and foremost, I'll be sharing my screen with you guys now. I'll be sharing my screen with you guys so that you can follow through with what I am doing. Welcome, Mr. Olale. It's good to have you here. We are happy to have you here. Okay, so if you can see my screen, you can give me a thumbs up or just use any reaction. Let me be sure that aha, good. Okay, so Mr. Bright, you raised your hand up. Please speak.
Yeah, we can. I can see. I can see the
Okay,
your screen.
okay, fine, fine. So we want to go straight to how we can download trading view on our device. This is trading view. Search for it on Google. I think there's a search, there's a result, and you see this particular one where my cursor is here. Tradingview.com. Tradingview.com. TradingView track all markets. That's the one we will be using. That's the one we will be using. So that is it. Now we can sign. Is this class recorded? Yes, it is recorded. Mr. Larry, it's recorded. I hope that there is no technical glitch, but it's recorded. It's recorded. Yeah. Thank you too. So now we want to sign in now. We want to sign in as R2M. So you sign in. You sign in as R2M. Okay. So no. I've read the terms and condition. Next. So it could be your email, maybe the email that you have on your phone. So it could be that. Okay, someone has joined the class. Hold on, let me try to admit. Let me admit the person. Mm, okay, admit. Okay, welcome. Adeyemi, Mr. Tokwe Anderson. Welcome. Okay, so we have got it. Got it. So you see this stuff here, this blue one here. This is called a watch list. So if you have like a lot of assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, blah 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 blah, different one. Instead of always coming here to search for them, so you can just search for them. For example, you can come to, anyway, we'll talk about that. But this is search list. This is watch list rather, where you get to list all the assets you are interested in. All the assets that you have interest in. Maybe you are seeing an opportunity to buy or to sell. You just put them on the watch list. You see. So anyway, that's by the way. We just close it. We close it. So now you have signed into your trading view. You have signed into your trading view. Now our focus is on products. Our focus is on the products, and specifically the super charts. Our focus is on the product and specifically the super charts. So we click there, and what happens? We sometimes they are adverts, so you just get to close those adverts. So now we are on our trading view. This is the window. This is the interface. This is how it looks like. So what do we do next? Let's click on these first. For someone like me, I like the dark theme. Maybe because I'm dark in complexion, I like the dark theme. So I like to see my interface dark because I think I'm beginning to have eyesight problem. So when the lights are too much, it becomes a challenge for me. So but now we have the dark skin, we have the dark background, and we can see now that our interface is this: the blue, the red and the green candles. So someone like me and Mr. Job, we like to use the blue and the white, and the reason is because exactly the dark theme makes the eyes relax. Exactly. So there is this subconscious stuff, something subconscious in us, that tells us that red is fail and green is like, red is bad and green is good. So psychologically, it's for some of us, or I will speak for myself, when I see reds, tends to put me like, I tend to be more afraid to get into a trade. I was like, oh, this thing is red, oh, it's red. So because of that, who cares about red? What I need to do is I double click. Let me see. If I'm sure you can see my screen well. Let me make it bolder. I will double click on it. I'm coming. So you double click on it, you double click on the colors, and you get to change the color. So for this red one now, you can see that we have the body, the borders, the wick. So for all of these that are red, both the body, the borders and the wick, first and foremost, let me change this red now. I like to use blue. You can choose any color of your choice. I like to use this color, blue. So what did we notice here? When I change the blue, you see that the body changed to blue. But what happens to the border and the wick? You see that the border and the wick still remains red and the wick still remains red. So I will go back, I'll double click on it again. I will change both the border and the wick. I will change it to blue, and now apply blue. So right now, even if a move is failing, is coming down, I'm seeing blue. Psychologically, it's just an opportunity for me to sell. So I'm not worried that, oh, this is red, this is danger, oh, the market is bleeding, oh, there's blood everywhere. No, 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 no. So psychologically, you are prepared to get into the market when you see an opportunity to. So that's all for that. So now for this other one that is green, I just try to do something a little contrasting so that then I change this to like a gray color, both the border and everything, then I apply. So you can see how beautiful my chart is now. All the reds and the green have been changed to white and blue. So that is it. So that's how we change the colors. So you can choose to use whatever color you want to use, but for this class we're using white and blue. So let's click it again and see if there are other settings that could be adjusted. Now these are the symbols here. These are the symbols. What can we adjust again? Let's look at, is there anything we can adjust here? Let's leave this for now. Let's look at the scale. We have currency and units. Let's tamper with this a bit and see if there's going to be any adjustment. So now the currency and the units, they say is visible on mouse over. So when you, if you see my mouse, as you are changing the mouse, you can see that the price by the right side of the screen, you can see that the prices are changing. So that's what they call visible on mouse over. If we make it always visible, what happens? Was there any really not much difference? If we make it always invisible, what happens? So I really don't see the effect of that. But let's leave the setting here. Scale models, let's say always invisible. Let's see. So this doesn't really have any much bearing on. So let's look at what again? So the rest is none of our business. Let's look at canvas. Now on this canvas now we can see the background. We have the gradients, we have the grid lines. So for the background now, we want to make it solid, and for the grid line, we don't want a grid line. If you see that, if you notice that on the screen, you can see these lines, these grid lines. You can choose to leave it, but personally I don't like it. So on the canvas setting, you can change your grid lines to none, and everything is pure black. Everything is pure black. You see? So we can apply that setting, but before then, let's look at trading. Is there anything we want to do here? Okay, this is if you want to play sounds and all of that. That's none. We are not concerning ourselves with that. Alerts. If you want to set an alert, maybe you are very busy, you want to tell yourself by means of an alert that if Bitcoin has gotten to 5,000, alert me. Then this is the function. You will be alerted when it gets to that point. But all of that is we don't get to use all of that. Some people do use it, but for we, it's not. Then I'm looking for. There's a place I could, if I can remember. The volume. This place here where you have, where you have the green and red here is the volume. Let's see if we can make it invisible or if we can just deactivate it. The volume is on default. Set as default. 1 second. Input, style, volume. So let's deactivate the volume. So you see, if we click this, because the point is we're trying to make our screen as clean and as neat as possible. Because if you like, you put all the tools there, it doesn't mean that you will win, you will make billions. It doesn't guarantee anything. So the cleaner your chart is, the better for you. The cleaner your chart is, the better for you. So this is volume. We remove the volume, we uncheck the volume. And how do you see the interface now? Can't you see how clean it is? Please, I need your comments. Is it clean enough? Is it clean enough? Let me get your response. Maybe a reaction, or maybe aha. Okay, that's fine. So now we have a clean interface now, as you can see. So that's how we adjust it. Okay, so we are now, let's talk a little about what they call it, the watch list. So this is a watch list. This one here is a watch list. All these other ones, you could play with them later on. They are really not of serious importance for now, maybe even forever. So this is a watch list. So if they are by default, I think it will come with some watch list by default. But notice something, if you click on each one of those assets that are there, at the right side where you have my cursor here, you will see like a delete icon. So what I want to do now is I want to delete it. I deleted that one, I deleted this one, I deleted this one. I want to delete all. I want to make my checklists, my watch lists, as like empty if possible. Okay, I want to make it empty now, so that I want to now select the one I want. I want to select the one I want. Good. So what asset are we interested in? Someone chat me up. Chat me up. Chat me up. Let me see. What asset do you want to have on your checklist? Chat me up. Aha. I'm waiting for your chat. Just drop a chat. Let's add it to our checklist. Let's first add the king of crypto. The king of crypto. Let's first add that. Someone is trying to join. Okay. Oh, it's as if there's network issues. We're having network issues, right? We're having network issues, right? Okay. We're having some network issues. Oh, that's okay. It's normal. Okay, so someone should just drop an asset name on the chat. Let's add it to our watch list. Let's add it to our watch list. I'm waiting. Anyone? Can anyone drop an asset for us? XRP, voila. Yeah, Bright is having issue with this network. So now we have XRP. Oh, you mentioned XRP Wisdom. You bleed my heart. You bleed my heart. You know why? USDT. XRP USDT. Like I will always say, I like to choose, personally I like to add it from the Binance exchange, because that's where you have volume. That's where like the number one crypto market, international market. So I like to select the Binance, that is the data that is provided by Binance. The data that is provided by Binance. So I add it to my watch list, as you can see. Okay, it has been added. Let us add BTC, USDT. We add these two. Let us add Solana, SOL USDT, one of the most dreaded crypto assets for me. This Solana has showed me Pepe, but all is good. Okay, so we have that. So that's for crypto. Let's see if we can add one more. Let's add Ethereum, ETH USDT, and now we have the 4 of them. So the purpose of this checklist now is to, okay, I want to look at the data on SROP. You just get to navigate. These are ads. They are ads coming up on my screen. Don't mind them. You just get to navigate them easily because they are on your watch list. So you don't have to come here every time and start to search. Now on this section here, the top left side, you can see where the XRP USDT is. When you click on it, you can see that all assets are classed into categories. We have the stock market. We have, okay, this is not found. We have the funds. We have the futures market. We have the, okay, this is for XRP. Okay, that's the reason. So let's just let's click this plus symbol. If you click on it, so okay, that's if you want to search. If you want to search like singularly, like Ethereum, if you don't have them on your watch list, you get to search from here. Now we have this. We have the forex market. Let's clear this. We can clear this now. We can just search generally. So this is the stock market. We have Tesla, Nvidia, we have the Apple, we have blah blah blah, Amazon. We have under the funds. I don't know what some of these stuffs are. If you want to do research on them, you could. Under the features, we have the futures market. We have crude oil and all of that, natural gas. But believe me, I don't go towards this side. Under the forex market, here we have the currency pairs. Euro, USD, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, and the likes. Under the crypto section, that's where you have all the cryptocurrency. Just name them: the indices, the bonds, the options, and all of that. So now let's add some forex pair. Like we mentioned the other time, the biggest controller of the forex market is DXY. DXY not found. Why? We have the DXY, and personally we use I'm looking for the broker we use. I use TVC. I think Job uses capital.com or thereabouts. Job, please correct me. Is that the one you use, or FX Open? Which of them do you use? Okay, so anyway, we go to our watch list. We add them on our watch list. Now we want to add DXY. I want to use the TVC. I've added that. Now, yeah, okay, good. Mr. Job uses TVC too. And then we have the Euro, EU, R, call it Euro USD. Under USD, we use the FXCM. We add it to our watch list. We also have what do we trade again? CAD USD, Canadian dollar USD, CAD USD. Where is the FX here? Which one do we use here? For futures data of DXY, you can use DX1. Okay. So CAD USD, I think, no, it's not ICE. Which of them do we use? I'm coming, please. Aha, it appears that I missed it up. So it's USD CAD. USD CAD, yep. USD CAD. USD CAD, yeah. So we use the FXCM. Yeah. For which other asset do we have? Do we trade on the forex? It's Joe. We have the Euro USD. We have the USD CAD. We have CHF JPY. Do we trade that often? Okay, we have CHF JPY. Okay, USD CHF. We have CHF JPY. We have the USD CHF, USD CHF2. Yes, we've added Euro USD. Okay, it's okay. GPP, yeah, GPP, British Pound, GPP USD, yeah, Great British Pound, and we have the Australian Dollar USD, AUD USD, AUD USD. So we are good. So now our watch list is good. We have a whole lot of stuffs on our watch list. We can drag it down like this so we can get a clearer view of it. So now let's go to the tools we use when analyzing. The tools we use when analyzing. So like I mentioned the other time, we do not use more than 4 or 5. Don't use more than 4 or 5. So first and foremost, we use, now if you notice that there is a, on this cross tool where my cursor is, there is this tiny arrow, look at it, where the cursor, the word cursor is attached to it. So we click that tiny arrow, and now we make this cross tool, we star it. When you see that star, it means you are adding to favorite. We add it to favorite. So now we have it here. This is the star. This is it. This is it. This is this one here. Now let's add another tools. The next one we want to add, let's see if it is from here. No, but it's not from here. I think it's from here. We have the trend line tool. That's if we want to draw a trend. We use the ray. We use this ray tool here. And you see the star, you add it to the favorite. Add to favorite. And we also use the horizontal ray. This is, we add to favorite. Then we use, let's pick one more tools. We use the brush tools. We use the brush tool. Yep, we add that for favorite. So basically these are the 4 things we add, and sometimes we add these two. We add this. It's not here. 1 second, please. Okay, it's not here. That's a rectangular. It's a rectangular stuff. And sometimes we add the text tool too, or we could say comments. We used to add it, but personally I don't add it. It depends. But there's this other tool I'm looking for, and this measuring line. Okay, maybe okay, that's one. There's no option for us to add it. So we have 1 second, please. I'm looking for whether sometimes I just get to keep looking for this stuff. Okay, we'll get it. So this, sometimes you just get to search a little more. Oh, look at it here. Look at what I'm looking for. So we get to add this. And so let's look at quickly some of the features of this stuff. Now this cross tool here, if you pick your brush tool, and you make like a design. if you want to deactivate this, if you want to deactivate, because it's always going to be active. If you want to deactivate it, what happens is you come and click this cross tool, and this automatically deactivates. So you get to select these lines you've created, and you get to delete them one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. So that's the function of that. And for this is used to draw a trend line. It's used to draw a trend line from here to here, as case might be. But you can see that the trend line, you find it very difficult to get the right spot. So that's why now, notice where my cursor is going to here. It's called a magnet. It's called a magnet mode. So when you click the magnet mode, what happens is you don't get to it. It automatically magnets. Look at it, like it magnets the line to the exact location, to the exact point rather. So look at this now. This is here. It magnets it straight. So you don't get to look at it. Magnets it. Once it's close to that point, it just drags it to that point exactly. Like look at it exactly. So that's the function of this magnet tool. Now this is a trend line. You can get to change the color, the thickness, and all of that by double clicking on it. And when you double click on it, you can see the style. You can get to change the line color. When you double click on it, look at it, you can change the line. You can change it to blue. You can change the thickness and all of that. You see, so that's it. Or sometimes without double clicking on it, once you click on it, it brings this extra box. Now the box becomes tools. It becomes a toolbox. Box number 1, where you have your tools, and box number 2. So from here you get to change the colors to your desirable colors. You get to change the thickness from maybe a 4px to 3px. You get to change if it's a solid line or a dashed line, or if it's a dotted line, you know, and you could lock it to your screen, and you could get the option to also delete. So that's the function of the ray tool. And for this speaker here is just to use it to know the exact price. You need to know the exact price. So that's its function. And for this box here, this is like a return. It's just like Ctrl Z. It's Ctrl Z on the Microsoft Word. You also have a replay function, but I think for this replay function, you can only get to use this is a replay function. You can only get to use it, I think, the paid version. Aha, okay, it worked this time around. So now for this replay function, we use it when we are analyzing or when we are in class like this tutoring. And when you play, what happens? You get to see events that are happening. Like the events have happened in the past, but for the sake of teaching, as you're analyzing, you get to say, okay, now, for example, we talked about hold levels the other time. We get to say that, okay, this is a hold level. This, sorry, did I say hold level? This is an order block. This is an order block. This is an order block. We talked about, and we are trying to teach you guys that this order block, they are points of interest whereby there could be a reversal from this point, like this order block here. There could be a reversal on this point, and now you're like, okay, let's see it in real time. Let us assume that we were there when it played out, and you get to say, okay, let's cut the chart. Let us cut the chart from here. Let's cut the chart from here. Let's see if we still have the option. Sometimes the free version, you say you can only use it one time or so. So now let's say this is a replay function. Let's cut the chart from here. Good. And we cut the chart from here now. And we are like, okay, we are teaching, this is an order block, and it's a point of interest, and there could be reversal. So let's see it in real time. Let's see it in real time. Now, what happens? And we can fast forward it because of time. Let's fast forward the speed. And you can say, okay, let's see if it actually held the price. And the first candle, oh, it was too fast. But you get my point. Let's make it slower a bit. Let's make it slower a bit. Let's cancel it and see. Oh no. Okay, 1 second please. Okay, now let's cut it again. Let's cut it from here. Good. And now we say this is an order block, and we say let's see if it held. Okay, so what happened? What happened? Did it hold? All this region, you might say, okay, it failed through. But if you go down in time frame, in micro time frame, in smaller time frame, then you will see that yes, it held. Now that brings us to the next part of this chart. Let's take this watch list away so that our screen can be big. Now let's add our time frame. Now by default you will see 1 day. When we click on this 1 day, what happens? You have all the options of time. Now our focus generally is day. We add day to be our favorite. We need a 1 week candle. We need a 1 month candle. Let's keep that for now. We need a 4-hour candle. We need a 1 hour candle. We need a 15-minute candle. We need a okay, I say we need a 5 minutes, but I think it's okay. It's okay, just to show you how we can add all of that. So now we have all the time frames that we need here. So if we go down in time frame now, let's go down to 4 hour, and let's see if actually the 4-hour candle held. What's happening? Okay, let me cancel the replay first. Let's cancel the replay and let's go down in time frame to the 4 hour. So you can see these are all the region of interest. These are all the region of interest. Now we could say, okay, this is our 4 hour. What happens? Let's cut it from here. This is the beginning of the 4 hour. Let's cut it from here. Let's see. Okay, now they said I've exhausted my ability to cut. I need to buy a premium plan. Okay, so bye bye cutting. Anyway, that's even off the class. But it's just good you know. It's just good you know. So that is it. So we have successfully set up the trading view, signing in, changing the colors of the candles to your desirable colors, adding time frames and all of that, adding watch lists, adding the tools we'll be needing for analysis to analyze the chart. We even went ahead to learn about the replay function for those who later will be buying. I think you used the daily time frame. It had unlimited replay. Yes, but I'm sure that it must have been exhausted by now. Let's see. Okay, so you are right, Job. I think the daily time frame has unlimited. So what it means is, yeah, you can get to cut the chart on the daily time frame. But when you are trying to go down, in time frame, then it becomes necessary for you to subscribe. So later we will talk more about that. Maybe when we're analyzing the charts, we'll talk more about that, how we can get to use those stuffs. So the rest you could keep playing with it and discovering new stuffs. So Mr. Job, are you ready for your parts? Mr. Job, let me hear from you. Are you ready for your parts?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, nice. I don't know if there is much background noise.
No.
Okay, fine, good.
Please, if you can hear
Are
Mr.
you
Job, can you give him a reaction? Can you react if you can hear Mr. Job? Okay, good. Okay, I want to stop presenting Job so you can continue.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Um, so can you see my?
Yeah,
Please, I need.
it's coming up.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes, it's up.
Okay,
We
good.
need a reaction if you can see. So it's just so I'm not the only one saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. So, what I actually want to be discussing about today is theories of market movement. The theories of market movements. That's what I'm going to be talking about. The the theories of market movements. Sorry, please. Okay, so the theories of market movement. That's what I'm going to be discussing about today, right? Um, so this is what we'll be talking about. So let's start. Let's start. It is a very interesting subject. Very interesting, even in the forex space. It's a very interesting, and even in the crypto space, day trading space, and even in the investment space too. It's a very very interesting subject because we are going to be learning a lot here, a lot, and we are going to be understanding how the market moves and a lot. Let's just start here. I think what I will do is this. I would like to make a very strong comparison between the traditional system and um, and the financial market, right? I would like to really do a very strong comparison between the two. So, can anybody tell me here? Like, I just need a response. What what drives the price of a bag of rice? I need a bag of rice. Like, what drives the price of a bag of rice? What drives the price up or down of a bag of rice? Let's start with there. Let's say a bag of rice is an asset in the of course, it's an asset for Christ's sake in the traditional system, in our normal system. So, just tell me what drives the price of bag of rice. I need a response, please.
So we have demand and supply. Wisdom said demand and supply.
No, I want them to speak. Like they can speak
Yeah,
if
now
they might.
wisdom's device is having issue. The mouthpiece is not
Okay,
functioning, so it chats. It does more of chatting.
okay, good. So demand and supply. Okay, fine, good. Let's drive it down again. Demand and supply seems very, yeah, demand and supply. Some people don't even understand what is demand and supply here, right? For those of us that didn't, for some people that didn't do economics and all of that, they are not used to all those form of terms. Okay, okay. Let me just say one of the thing. I think one of the thing that drives the price of bag of rice is custom duties. Like, would I don't know if you disagree with me.
Yeah,
Anybody disagree with
custom
me?
duties is true.
Okay, good. So we agree now that custom duty, right, drives the price of bag of rice. Interesting. Like, how can custom duty drive that? Oh, see, another thing too that drives the bag of rice, I would say, is governmental laws. So I would say custom duty. I would say government governmental laws, something like that. What other thing?
The ti
The demand and supply too.
the
Demand.
the timing too.
Okay, good. Yes, exactly. Demand and supply um, of consumers. I think the timing. You mean timing of the year, right?
Yeah, time of the year.
Because
Yep.
as the point of yeah, okay, timing, the time of the year. Let's just say time of the, which is also just like timing, because we could also governmental laws. Yeah. Also, something I would say too is um should I use the word variable or other assets? Other assets, the other assets that rise depends on. For example, you have examples like in the fertilizer, fertilizer, in the production of rice, in farming rice, it depends on, largely depends on fertilizer. If the price of fertilizer goes up, you should automatically expect the price of rice to go up, right? A bag of rice. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, good. We can also say, um, okay, there are other factors too, like you can
Currency.
add yours to this.
Obi suggested currency too. The currency is
Yes, devaluation, like,
devaluation.
yeah, like there's a word, is it devaluation or valuation or whatever, I don't know, of the currency. Let's just say devaluation of the primary of the country, let me put it like that, of the country's currency. So you see, we can keep on listing a lot of these things that affect that affects bag of rice, right? That affects the price, factors. We call these factors that affects or that determines the price of a bag of rice. So there are there are other factors too. You can keep adding to the list. Yeah. So these are the factors that um, these are the factors that affect the bag of rice, right? There are many more. So now, which other thing again can we? I think we could also say, okay, demand and supply. Um, okay, let's just put it like that. So just the way it is in the traditional system, that's exactly how it is too in the financial system, right? In forex and crypto and the likes, the stocks and all. That's exactly how it is. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Governmental laws affect the price of an asset. Demand and supply affect it. The timing of the year affects it. Typically, I know of oil business very well. I mean, red oil business, because it's a family business. We do right from time. So I would say the price of oil usually gets to the lowest price at it starts falling really from December, right? Which is this period. It falls down to February. So February, March. So from March, ending of March, it start picking up, right? That's exactly how the price of oil, red oil, I mean palm oil, that's exactly how it is, right? So if you also realize, if you're in other form of business, you realize that there's a particular time of the year, we are talking about year timing, that the price of that asset seems to increase in value or drops in value. Sometimes you don't really know why it's like that, but there's a reason. There are many other variables that are attached to it, right? So devaluation of currency, this is something we are currently experiencing in Nigeria, right? If you're in Nigeria, we know exactly how devaluation of our naira has affected the price of every commodity, rice, bag of rice, inclusive. Um, Also, we also know that farmers too, right? If there's a hike in the cost of production of fertilizer or other, stuff they use for farming of rice, um, you just see bag of rice increase. For example, maybe transportation cost increases, right? For transporting the rice from the farm or from warehouse to the final consumer, if the cost of transport increase, which is usually caused by increase in fuel price, automatically the price of bag of rice increases. So this is something we know, right? Something we know, and that's exactly how it is too in the financial system. So we are going to be looking at we are going to be looking at um, the financial system too. What affect what I mean theories, because they are theories, actually they are theories, right? They are, just so you know, there are many more variables that affect the price of bag of rice that we cannot even imagine, right? These are the most common ones. There are others too, but so that's exactly how it is. So let's look at the financial system. Let's look at theories. So some of the theories, these are theories. So first, let's say for what demand and supply too is the same thing. It's the same demand and supply. Supply. These are for currency pairs, right? Demand and supply, right? It affects the pricing. What else affects the pricing too? If you know, you can just
Government regulation, government policies.
okay, government uh, government regulations, so policies. Yeah, they affect the price too of a currency pair of an asset, as the case may be. Um, so
Inflation,
so
global inflation, either increased or reduced.
okay, global inflation. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was supposed to use on this in this part where I said devaluation of currency. I think it's supposed to be global inflation. Like, I think it should be inflation. Let's just make it inflation. Inflation. So there are lots more. But you see, all these are, especially inflation, governmental regulations and policies and the likes, people use it to um to predict the value of an asset. But mainly, really, mainly, it is, you know what, let's make it a little bit interesting. It is demand, demand and supply, right? You have demand and supply. We call all these two, this government regulation and policy, global inflation, they are under fundamental analysis, like fundamental analysis. So you have to all what we just mentioned here, this they are under what's going on. Okay, it was not this thing I took. Um, okay, so they are fundamental analysis. So they are fundamental analysis. Yeah, a minute, please. I want to make this a text to. Okay, you know what? Let me just continue. Okay, so they are fundamental analysis. We categorize them under fundamental analysis. So you have other theories too about market movement. I think it's called um, liquidity liquidity draw, or let me just say liquidity. Um, should I say an inducement? Inducement, yeah. So another one is this is one. So you have fundamental is two. I'm just doing this on the fly, so I don't really, I might not be too organized. So, so another, um, the fourth one. I don't know. Can you see my screen very well, please?
Yes. Please give a
Okay,
reaction
good.
if you can see it, please.
So another, um, another theory of market movements is, um, okay. I think the theory of randomness. Randomness. Yeah. So there's a theory of randomness. I mean, the theory states that the market is random. Nobody can. There is really no theory. It's just moving and just doing its thing. Which other theory? Please, I don't know. They are in the curriculum. There are some theories that were listed there. I can't really recall. You can check for me, please. So I just get to
One
know
sec.
the theories that are there. Are these all?
Wait, 1 second. Let me check for you.
Okay, so I think we can start from we can start from fundamental analysis. Yeah, we can start from fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis is all about trying to check about governmental regulations and policies, before you decide, before you make a decision as to if you are going to buy an asset or if you are going to sell an asset, if you're already holding such assets, right? So that's fundamental analysis. If it's stocks, for example, you get to check things like the the company. If the company, for example, maybe Amazon, you want to buy into the Amazon stock, you get to do some fundamental analysis. You check, you do some research to do some reviews and things like that. Check for the companies, just how the company is doing well in general in the global markets, right? So you just get to check about maybe the history of the CEO, their past revenue that was generated, just do a general evaluation of the company. That's what you do if it's stock. And if it's forex, you got to also do some kind of, okay, for example, let's say Canadian dollar, you got to do some research too about the Canadian government itself, like what kind of new policies that is ongoing that would affect the price of Canadian dollar. And also you check about, just you do some general research. That's all fundamental analysis, right? So it's all about reading news about an asset or a company to do an evaluation if you have to get into such stock or get out. So I think let's talk about randomness too, the theory of randomness of the market. So this theory, it kind of states that everything is random. You can't know. You can't know. The market is just doing its thing. It's completely random. It's haphazard, right? Nothing is controlling it. Nothing. The value of an asset or the movement of an asset is independent of any other variable. Or even if it's dependent on any other variable, you cannot know it. Yeah, some people buy to that idea truly. Yeah, so that's basically theory of randomness. But we also have the demand and supply theory. This is something I think everybody knows here already because it's exactly the same thing as the traditional demand and supply. Literally no difference, right? It's about demand, typically if there's more demand for an asset, right? Um, what happened naturally, the price of the asset goes up. That's just it. And if the supply is high, if there's more sellers in the market for an asset, what happens to the value of the asset? The value of the asset just drops because every seller tries to reduce the price so that they can get their stock out, right? So that they can get to find buyer and they get their stock out. So that's exactly why the price of an asset drops when there is too much sellers in the market. So for the liquidity and inducement, this really kind of is a new concept really in the forex, in the day trading space. It's kind of really a new sort of new concept, right? So we are going to talk about it. So I think we can get into the chat right now and do some stuff. Please, have you gotten the theories? Let's see if this is all we have.
Yes, yes,
Please know
yes.
how to spell liquidity.
So the theory, we
Sleep.
have the demand and supply, we have the accumulation. Okay, that one is under liquidity
Okay,
algorithm.
okay.
We have the market structure under demand and supply. We have support and resistance. We have trends. We have fundamentals. We have the randomness.
Okay. Okay. So well, for the liquidity here, let me just briefly explain. What liquidity tries to predict, or the model of liquidity is like there is an algorithm. There's an algorithm that drives price, that gets people money. I mean, let's do it like this. If you want to buy, let's assume you are a billionaire, right? And you have a lot of money. Let's say you want to buy a billion worth of an asset, right? What do you do? Typically, you would your if you place a $1 billion um, um, order, typically your order will not just get filled at once. It won't get filled. So what you do is this: you would target time and regions, right, where um, majority of your order can get filled. If you are used to sports trading here, right, in the forex space, when like there was, if you try to sell your asset or buy an asset, all your order will not get filled immediately. It will get filled in chunks. 25% will get filled. Later on, another percentage will get filled later until all your order gets filled. If you want to buy an asset too, it's the same thing. You get to buy bit by bit until your orders get filled totally. So this liquidity model is trying to say you need liquidity for your for you to purchase, for you to buy in into an asset. You need liquidity. So it proposes that there is an algorithm that drives price to where there is enough buyers so you can buy, or it drives price to where there is enough sellers so you can get your order filled. That's just the theory of inducement and liquidity. We get to learn more about the inducement, right? So, so in general, the reason why this liquidity concept came on board is because people start reasoning like, why do my stop loss get hit? Like, why do my stop loss get hit every time? It means some people are trying to hunt me, like trying to liquidate me, trying to get my money. Then the price starts, oh, I said it's going down. Then it just came to my stop loss. My stop loss got hit, you know, took my money, then the price started going down. Like, why couldn't it just go down before coming to hit my stop loss? So this is why a lot of people buy into the idea of liquidity, right? Of an algorithm. Hedge funds, they have an algorithm. I mean, algorithm is like it's computer program that is designed in such a way that it um, it drives price and get order filled, in the hundreds of millions or if not billions. So that's just the idea. So we get to see how all these things work in the charts, right? So demand and supply really, there's a lot to it. It involves things like trends, things like market structure, and other stuff like that. So I can't remember. We just get to see them on the chart. I want this thing to be very organic. That's why I'm doing it on the fly, right? So we get to see it. So let's go into the chart. This is BTC. I think I might be taking off. Should I? Okay, you know what? Let's use some other. Oh no. Um, so you can just. I think there's a way you can just take off some of this stuff from here. Sorry, please. So let's look at this part of the chart. Let's talk about what do we talk about? Randomness. Okay, right. Let's talk about randomness. So the randomness theory states that you cannot know, you can't predict the future, you don't know what will happen. People are just buying and selling randomly, so you can't really know when the market is going to go down, or when the value of the asset is going to go up. You can't know. That's it. So if you look at the charts, so what do you see? You just see some set of up and down movement, up and down, goes up, comes down, comes down very well, goes up, goes up, comes down. So this is purely random. It looks like smoke, if you have to really say like smoke. When start smoke, everything it moves in a very random manner, right? So that's it. So that's exactly what the theory says. So that's just it. So let's talk about demand and supply, right? So demand and supply, I said it's kind of relates to things like trends and market structure. Um, there's nothing difficult about all these things. So you have something like a trend here. Look, and on trained eyes, we see this thing as just zigzag, 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 right? But over time, you start seeing some form of pattern or some form of orderliness in the seemingly chaotic system, right? You start seeing some form of orderliness, right? There's even a theory when it comes to randomness that even in a random system, there is you can find patterns in it, right? You can find patterns in a random system. I don't know if you are, I don't know, maybe when you were young, I've done it. I don't know, anybody here can relate. If you look at the sky, right, at some period of the day, the way the sky is, some kind of zigzag, in the sky, I mean, in the cloud, right? Rather, you can, if you look very intensely, you can create an image with it, like maybe a goat or a plate, an old man's face. You can see an old man's face there. You can see an ocean. You can see, I don't know, can someone relate to this? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, you are right. You're right.
Okay. So, have you seen such a thing before? Like, I want to be sure
No,
that.
no, no. Me personally, I've seen it. We did a lot of child's play with all of that.
Okay, good. Yes, exactly. So you will see a lot of these things in the sky, in the cloud. So that's exactly how this thing is too. When you look at this, train eye, there's an amount of time you look at it, right? You start seeing, you start seeing um orderliness in a chaotic system, right? So I personally, I my beliefs, these are my beliefs. I don't know if you share the same belief with me, but these are my beliefs. But over time, with experience, you come to have your own beliefs. My belief about the financial market is the financial market is a chaotic system. This is it's a chaotic, um, it's a chaotic, think chaotic system. It's not a random system. It is not a random system. So this is my belief about the financial system, right? And which is just this chart, right? It's not a random system. It's not just zigzag, up and down movement that has no bearing, that has no direction. Right? No, it's not. It's a chaotic system. Chaotic systems seem more like you can make your research about chaotic system. It's interesting you even make some research about chaotic system. You know what? Let's just look at let's just look at what really is a chaotic system. Sorry, I'm trying I'm trying to go off mode here. Okay, worst. I'm on full screen. Not want to take me out of full screen. Okay, I'm trying to press escape to take me out of full screen. It's not doing that. So I think I might have to open another. So we can just briefly look at chaotic system. Chaotic system. It seems more like a random system, but it's not. They get to learn some things like butterfly effect and all of that. It applies in our real life. Even the real life we live, this life we live is a chaotic system, right? Yeah, it's a very chaotic system. So you see here, chaos theory concerns deterministic system whose behavior can, in principle, be predicted. Chaotic systems are predictable for a while and then and then appear to become random. Chaotic chaos arises because the system is exquisitely sensitive to even small changes in the condition that define it. So you can just read a little bit about. It's a very complex system, so, but you don't need to really go much into chaos theory, right? It was discovered by I think is this man or so. I don't care. Um, so there you can learn about butterfly effects. You can learn about it. It's a very interesting subject, right? The universe is chaotic. It's a very chaotic system. So that's it. It seems more like a random system, but it's not. To some very large extent, it can be predictable. But the only problem about a chaotic system is this. Look at the statement. Um, Even a small change in conditions, the chaos theory, because the system is exclusively sensitive to. Okay, yes, the system is sensitive to even small changes in condition that defines it. Yes, exactly. So what I will relate this to is this. You see, um, with every candle that forms, there is a kind of alteration to the system, right? With every candle that forms, with every 1 minute candle that forms, there is an alteration to the system. With the higher the time frame, the more the time that goes by, the more the candles that is formed, the more the alteration to the overall system. The more the story is telling you, or a different story, right? A story might be crafted right now for you that this move is coming down, but over time the story changes, right? That this asset, the value of this asset is going up because as time elapses, you have more candles, you have more variables, right? So that's exactly how I would say it is. So that's it. So let's look at an eye that is trained, right? An eye that is trained like mine. Why this looks kind of zigzag, right? We can start putting a little bit more meanings into it, right? Let's start with kind of demand and supply. It's more about how you see. If you look at this clearly, you will realize that there's something like, okay, you know what? Let's just draw. This is something we are going to discuss about trends, right? We are going to discuss about it. right? So now look at this. Look at this line I just drew here. Let me, okay, I think it's good like this. So if you see this line, right, you realize that what do you observe? Something that seems, random, it's kind of presenting something a little different, right? Look at it here. Look at it here. Anytime it touches this region, what happens? There is a bounce back. He never got there here. He came down. He touched it again. Came down. But eventually, something happened here, right? There was a break. But when it broke this part, it moves straight up, right? So yeah, it's we are coming to see something like we are coming to see a story, right? The same thing kind of happened here too. Something similar happened here. Let's find somewhere else it happened. Okay, something similar happened here too, right? Something similar happened here, right? You start seeing here, come here. Then when it breaks it here, right, it just goes up from there. You see, we have identified something larger, a larger one. Now we are identifying little micro trends inside of this whole piece, right? It happens literally every time. Something like that too is here. If you go to lower time frame, you see it. You know what? Let's just go there and see it. Um, so this is it here. You see, you have this. Just just take a line. Nothing. No rocket science. It's not rocket science. Look at it here. So you see something that seems kind of come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Then when it goes above these points, what happens? It just moves up from there, right? So, with the help of structure, market structure, right, which basically is all about demand and supply, right? Trends and all, they are all under, I categorize them under demand and supply. Um, there is a demand and supply application layer to what is happening right here, to what is happening right here, right? There's a demand and supply application layer to what is happening right here. Then when it goes above this point, it just tries to move up from there. So that's it. So let me stop here. Let me entertain question, please. Question.
Unfortunately for us, most of the students that joined initially, I think with network issues, we only have one more person here, Mr. Tope Adeyemi. I don't know if he has a question for us. But it's a good
Okay.
thing. It's a good thing that we are recording it. Most of them left like 5 minutes ago or 6 minutes ago.
All right.
So I'm
So
even
any
I'm
question?
even suggesting that if we can continue the class tomorrow because it's almost 9 o'clock now. So time
Okay.
time 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 moves so fast.
Yeah, very true.
Time moves so fast. So I don't know if Tokwe has
Yeah,
a
this is a big one so far.
yeah.
It's a very big one. So if you have any question before it gets to 9, let's just round it up. Please, if you have a question, please you can ask. Um,
Okay, I don't think there's any question.
okay, there's no question, right?
Yep. So maybe tomorrow we can look more of the trends and all of that, more examples for those who are able
We'll
to join. We'll
continue.
continue from this point
We'll
tomorrow.
continue with the theories of market movements.
Yeah. So that I suggest.
Yeah. So, all right. Good night.
All right. Good night, everyone who joined the call. We appreciate you guys, and we believe that you have been able to pick one or two things home. See you guys tomorrow, same time. I wish you guys the best. Enjoy your evening. Bye.